Hey guys, you're welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time of stopping by in my channel here, thank you very much, and please do subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more of me. Of course, I will roll, and thumbs up this video if you do love my video. I just read a news. I just saw a news on TV that like 30 people died. Like 30 people died from a fallen electricity high tension wire from the TV. So I decided to make a vlog to you guys and tell you guys my experience when hi, let me show you my friend. Meet him. Say hi to them now.
I'll spoil your view.
They don't see you finish. Okay, so I just wanted to tell you my experience on how I almost lost my life, like how I almost died in an accident like some years back. Okay, so I decided to stand up because I need the sun is actually going down a little bit, so I just wanted you to see me very well, okay, while I tell you this experience. Once I was actually traveling from Abuja to Lagos. On road, I boarded a bus. I think I used Peace Mass that time, and then so if you've actually traveled on the road with some of this public transport system, you know the way they actually do their stuff. After the prayer and all of that, they will decide to move. Okay, so when as they were moving, and I was like, this guy is actually careless. He plays music very loud. He plays music while even shaking his head on the steering, and I was like, oh no, I've actually entered maybe a wrong bus or a wrong driver. It was actually a wrong driver, like seriously, because the music that this guy was playing in the bus that we were actually traveling, it's not like an it's not like you're going from one street to the other. It's like an 8-9 hours journey, depending on how the road will be. And this guy plays music so loud. So when we were actually going on the highway, I was actually listening to this music, and then I now called his attention to the music. So when I now called his attention to the music, I told him, bros, please, is this your music not too loud? I think that's actually polite enough for any reasonable driver or any reasonable person to be like, oh okay. So he ignored me, and he was still playing his music, still dancing, shaking his head on the steering, and I was like, oh my god, I've entered. And while we were going on the road, so there was a bus, there was another bus that was actually traveling, and then the bus passed us. After the bus passed us with speed. So the bus was going, and then I now noticed that the driver that was actually taking us, passed this, went with so much speed, and then he now passed this guy. Now when he passed this guy, when he overtook this guy at the front, he slowed down. I actually didn't know how to drive, as at that time I didn't know anything in driving, but at least I knew that one particular thing that guy did was wrong, So he now overtake this guy, and then he slowed down. So I was like, maybe this guy is actually looking for trouble. Maybe he's actually angry that why would that guy overtook him, which is not anything, which is a normal thing that drivers do on the road. If if you seem to be too slow, this other person will overtake you. If and then other person overtake and then other person overtake. I think that's how they do on the road, so this guy overtook and then he went to the front and then he slowed down. When he slowed down, he lost concentration. He was playing his loud music again, and then he was playing his loud music again, and then the other guy now overtook him. Now, all right, so we actually got to, after that little drama, we actually got to a place where we wanted to eat. So when everybody was coming down from the bus, I now went to the driver, because I was sitting just behind him. I was sitting close to the window by the left hand side, and there was a young handsome guy that was sitting just near me at the middle. He was actually calling his family members, calling his aunties, calling his grandmothers, that he's coming home. Like, he was actually going to Ibadan, not Lagos. I was going to Lagos, he was going to Ibadan. So Ibadan from Abuja is before Lagos, so he would arrive Ibadan before me. Okay, so he was actually excited, and I was excited that he was happy, talking to his family members, wanting to go and see them. And honestly speaking, this driver messing up on the road wasn't a good thing. Okay, so when we get to a place where we actually stop to eat, so this guy, I now met him. As I earlier said, I went to him, I spoke to him, I told him, see bros, I'm not actually trying to act as if I know. I actually don't know how to drive. That's number one. Okay, so I'm actually saying this because it's kind of weird that you are driving on a highway and you're speeding and you're playing a loud music. So it was like, no, when I told him that, he now turned and looked at me. He was a Yoruba guy. I'm not saying Yoruba guys are bad. Yoruba guys are lovely people, but that particular guy was just not it. Like, he was, maybe he had already taken something, maybe before he get into the steering, because he was rude to me while I was so calm and understanding and wanting to explain to him that he shouldn't play the music so loud, because we were on the road where you were on the steering, you're carrying the lives of 16 people, like 16 passengers on your motor, on your car or whatever. You're carrying the lives of 16 good people, and you're driving with speed, with a very highway, with so many motors traveling to different states, different places, and you're playing loud music. Bros, please, will you kindly reduce your music, at least so that you would know if another car is actually, or another bus is actually coming behind you. So I spoke to him that manner, and he was like, now you sabi, so you won't come to tell me say sorry, I'm actually, but that was how he sounded. He was like, now you sabi, so you won't come to tell me say you sabi this motor pass me by, you won't come to do atuno, now only you there inside this motor. It's actually sounding funny now because it's past. It's actually sounding funny, but it wasn't funny. Okay, so when I spoke to him, I saw that he wasn't actually understanding what I was saying. He was actually thinking maybe I was trying to override him, maybe I was trying to do I too know, maybe I was trying to teach him his work, or maybe I was trying to come and drive the car for him. But I made him understand that I don't actually know how to drive, but I think that your music is actually too loud for travelers. Okay, so anyway, so after that, when we finished eating, I actually went, before I entered the car, I prayed a little bit, a very silent prayer, not necessarily closing my eyes, a very silent prayer in my heart, and then I entered the car. All right. Anyway, so I'm actually at work today. It's Friday, and then I'm vlogging just behind. Outside is a lobby around my office. Let me show you around. Okay, so that's it. So when we actually entered the bus, so this guy entered again, and then he now looked at me through the mirror, the mirror that is at the glass of the car. Usually when you look at the mirror, you're actually seeing the people inside your vehicle. So he now looked at the mirror, and then I looked at him. He increased the volume of his music, and I'm like, okay, no problem. I'm not the owner of the car, I'm just a traveler, but I know that every Father is going to take me direct to where I'm going to. So I just forget about him, and then we drove on. So another bus came, and then he did the same thing that he did when we started the journey. He overtook this bus, and I was like, bros, why are you doing this thing now, please? So he became so angry with me because I and one other lady were actually telling him, please don't overtake, this road is just one way. It's just a one road. Like it's not like a road that you see coming vehicle on this other side, going vehicle on this other side. It's just one road where cars come this way and cars go this way, with just that singular road. So anything can actually happen in such road. It's just like a street road. So so when we were driving, we were going, and then a trailer was coming on the road. Now trust me, this guy wasn't even seeing that trailer, because I sighted that trailer like far distance. Before the trailer even approaches us, I was actually sighting this trailer. Let me sit down. Okay, so I sighted this trailer, and then I was like, oh God, let's not be now. When things want to happen, and then your mind would actually tell you that, oh, maybe this thing would actually happen. That was how it happened that day, honestly. So when the trailer was coming, and the other bus that he overtook came to with speed and overtook him again, or maybe the speed was, he reduced his speed, and he slowed down. Okay, so this guy now overtook him. When he wanted to overtake this guy at the last time, so that's when he was accelerating his speed up, and then he went forward to meet this guy and and then overtake. This way you saw a very big rock. After the rock was a valley to a river. So if he had gone this way, it's either he would hit that rock, or he would go down the river with us, like down the river with all of us. Everybody would have gone that day, including me. Oh, my Heavenly Father. So the decision is, honestly, it's better for you to die. Someone will see you that this is you, and they'll take you to bury you and honor you, than dying. Nobody will recognize you. All your intestine will be out, all your teeth would have been broken, like they are like smashed. So this guy jammed this guy at the back. Now what happened? This two vehicle was doing like this, was going like this, round, and I and every other 15 passenger that was inside that bus, everybody was in a way, Jesus. Honestly speaking, because I don't get to shout Jesus, Jesus, Jesus when things happen like that. I get to take a grip of myself, maybe pray if I don't have the time, or if my head is not, in place to pray. I'll just take a grip of myself and just prepare for the next. I'll just prepare for the next. Like, that was what I did that day. I took a grip of myself and then I was preparing for the next thing. Okay, so the next thing was that we were inside the vehicle and we were turning upside down, upside down, upside down. A lot of people were injured, like so injured. Unfortunately, the guy that was sitting beside me, that was making so many calls, calling his family members that he's coming back home, sadly was badly injured. So anyway, when all the two vehicle finish rolling themselves, and then they roll themselves and pass that valley. Now that's thank you to every father that for me. They passed that valley and then they stopped. So when they stopped, then it was just like I was just, the bus wasn't facing straight. The bus was like this, and the other bus too was like over. The tire was like facing up. That's the other bus. The tire was facing up, and our bus, the tire was just beside, sliding down like this. So they had to burst the glass, and then I was actually the first person that came out, apart from the driver, because the driver too was badly injured on his leg, I think so, on his ankle, so I was actually the first person to come out from the vehicle, and then I tried my best to hold myself, and then I came out. When I came out, I saw that the other car was badly. It was like people in that other bus was injured, and people in this other bus was like, I think 5 persons that was injured. The 4 people at the back, and the guy that was sitting very close to me was badly injured. Okay, so they had to it was like 2 minutes or 5 minutes, I don't know, I can't even remember because my mind wasn't just there. Anyway, so that was how when I came out, I went to the driver. He was at a state where I couldn't just talk to him, so I left him. So I went to stand at the roadside because the bus, I don't know if he's traveling again, and the other bus, I don't know if he's traveling again. And then I went to the roadside. Fortunately, I saw a friend of mine who took me from that place straight to Benin. I got to Benin around 9 p.m. and then I took a bus from Benin to Lagos. I got to Lagos around 1 a.m. in the midnight or in the morning. Like, I got to Lagos around 1 a.m. and anyways, I am so grateful that I got to Lagos that day without dying, because when I closed my eyes, I was thinking that I was going to see myself in the other world, but I still saw myself in this world. And anytime I think about that, if I'm in a bus where the bus is doing like this, I get so scared, because of that fear. The fear is still in me, where I'm actually still managing to get rid of that fear, So that's just how I almost lost my life, and every father saved me and every other person that was in that bus. So that's my story, that's my life. I'm so grateful. Thank you, Heavenly Father. Like, thank you, Lord. It's just all I can say. Like, thank you, Heavenly Father. And that's it. I'll see you soon in my next video. Please check out my site. I'll leave the link down in my description box, and check out my natural beauty channel to see more beauty recipes and remedies and all of that. I'll see you soon. Bye.